Good morning, students. Now we are going to see one mark questions. So don't stick on to this, but for quarterly you study this. For board examination, entire chapters you study, because when they reduce the syllabus, from which part they are going to ask, we don't know. What is meant by plug and play means, what is meant by plug and play? Plug and play means computer is there. Okay. So some other new device is there. That device should be connected to the computer. Both will work together. That we call it as plug and play. Means a new device can be connected to the computer without using adapter card or turn off computer. Okay, adapter card means, see, if I go to a different country, it will take time for me to adjust in that place. That we call it as adaptability. For computer, when I am attaching a new device, that device and computer should work together, means the new device should be adaptable to the computer. But without doing anything, even the computer also we are not restarting. Without doing all these things, we are able to make the new device work with computer. So write down clearly. What is the clock speed of CPU means how many number of instructions CPU is executing for particular amount of time. That we call it as clock speed of CPU. What is the feature of USB? USB means Universal Serial Port. What are its features? Next, where is L1 cache located? L1 cache will be inside the CPU. Cache memory means it will contain frequently executed instructions. L1 cache, L2, L3 cache. L1 means inside the CPU. What is the function of control bus? There are three types of buses: data bus, address bus, control bus. Control bus will control the two buses. What is DDR-RAM? Double data rate random access memory. Means the amount of data that we are going to remove is double. What is system bus? System bus, students, there will be processor, memory and IO. These are the main components of computer. These components will be connected with the help of system bus. Disk controller. CPU will execute the programs. In memory, data will be there. Okay. So in memory, hard disk will be there, floppy disk will be there. So CPU need program. Programs are in memory. CPU need program. Programs are in memory. So we are going to bring programs from the memory, then we are going to execute them. Who will bring the programs? Disk controller. So disk controller is a hardware part called circuit which will bring data for the CPU. Okay, there are two disk controllers. Hard disk controller, floppy disk controller. If CPU gets data with the help of CPU gets data from hard disk, we are going to use hard disk controller. So with the help of floppy disk controller, CPU will get data from floppy disk. So what is a disk controller means? Disk controller is a circuit which will help CPU to get data from the hard disk or floppy disk. So now you can see clearly here. What is the standard symbol for NAND gate? What is the standard symbol for NAND gate? Okay. So NAND gate means not AND gate. Not AND gate. So X is one input, Y is one input going to AND gate. Now you can see one bubble. D shape is there, one bubble is there. There you wrote X bar, Y bar. Next, what is the output for two input NAND gate? If the input is A is equal to 0 and B is equal to 1. So now, in order to answer such type of questions, already I explained you the logic of AND, NAND, OR, NOR, everything logic I explained. That table will be very useful for you. What are universal gates? There are two types of gates, basic gates and derived gates. Basic gates means AND gate or NAND, NOR, AND or not. We call them as basic gates. AND or not, we call them as basic gates. Derived gates means NAND, NOR, XOR, XNOR, we call them as derived gates. What are universal gates means? Using NAND and NOR, we can design AND or NOT. So coming to the definition, Universal gates are used to design the basic gates. Next one, write the standard symbol for OR gate. Write the standard symbol for OR gate. So what is the standard symbol for OR gate? You can see here. So from this chapter many questions will be coming. In order to be easy with so many questions, what you should do? Gates table I told you in class. That one you should practice. So this question also, or if you observe 13th question, see 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1 is there. If 0 1 is there, then output is 1. 1 0 is there, output is 1. 1 1 is there, output is 1. Means at least 1 should be there to get output 1. This also, all these we can cover with the help of one table. Now we will see one more slide. Now you can see here what is a linked list. Linked list means nodes will be there. Each node consists of data part and address part. What are the different types of queues? Simple queue, circular queue, priority queue, double-ended queue. So those are the different types of queues. Binary tree. Students, 18th question if you see, one node is there. It is connected to two nodes. What is a node? You know, node means it consists of data part and address part. So first one circle is there, no? Second level 2 circles are there. Third level 4 circles are there. All of them we call them as nodes. How are arrays classified? Okay, sorry ma. What is a binary tree means? If you see, for first circle 2 circles are connected. For second circle 2 circles are connected. For third circle, for right hand side, middle circle 2 circles are connected. Everywhere you see only 2 circles connection will be there. So what is a binary tree? Each node consists of 2 children. How are arrays classified? One dimensional array, two dimensional array, multi-dimensional array. So what is the significance of scope resolution operator? Students, inside a class, functions and objects will be there. The functions, if they are very small, they will be defined inside the class. If the functions are very big, they are defined outside the class. Okay. So what is the use of scope resolution operator? If you want to define the function outside the class, you will use scope resolution operator. Ma'am, Nathan with whose help he went to K.R.Puram market, ma'am? Students, with the help of his father he went to K.R.Puram. In the similar way, when I am defining the function outside the class, I will take the use of scope resolution operator. Scope resolution operator. 1 second. Now you can see here clearly. Next question. How do you declare objects? Class name, object name, semicolon. What is object? Object is combination of data and function. Mention the operator to access members of class. If you really observe, there are two types of operators. One is scope resolution operator. Scope resolution operator means 4 dots will be there. With that operator, we can define the function outside the class. Next one is dot operator. Dot operator is used to access members of class. Next, which type of members are accessible outside the class? Students, there are access specifier. Access specifier means scope of access. Ma'am, can I drink water? Ma'am, I didn't had my breakfast. Means you are asking permission of your teacher. That we call it as access specifier. There are 3 types of access specifiers, ma'am. Private access specifier, public access specifier, and protected access specifier. Access specifiers are how many types? 3 types of access specifiers are there. Okay. So if it is private, for example, some data and function we are writing under private means that data and function can be accessed only within the class. Okay. So public access specifier means whatever data and function if you are writing under public, it can be accessed outside the class. Protected means for friend class and derived class. Now they are asking which are accessible outside the class. public and protected members ma. So next question is define a class. So class, define object is there, define class is there. Object means combination of data and function. Class means combination of objects. What kind of objects? All objects should have same characteristics. Next question, how do you declare a pointer? In pointer, students, what is a pointer? How do you declare a pointer? How do you initialize a pointer? Are the repeatedly asked questions. Okay, so how do you declare a pointer means data type asterisk variable name. Okay, generally variable declaration means data type variable name. No, here pointer declaration means in middle asterisk will be there. Now you can see what is the difference between x is equal to ampersand y. Okay, listen carefully. Y is a memory location. Okay, its asterisk means address of y will be stored in x. Come to the second one, x is equal to asterisk y means y value will be stored. Okay, y value will be stored. Now you can see next one. Next one, mention any one advantage of pointers. Dynamic memory allocation and deallocation. Okay, dynamism means execution time. Dynamism means execution time. When I am executing the program, if I want, I can allocate the memory. When I don't want to allocate, means I don't want any memory, then we call it as deallocation. What is a pointer? Pointer will store the address of another variable. So pointer is a variable, another variable's address. Means pointer also one memory location only ma. But another memory location's value it is going to store. What is free pool? Free store. Okay. Free store means in that so much memory will be there. What kind of memory? Unallocated memory. Means that memory we didn't allocate to anything. Okay, thank you.